Hello traders and welcome to another video review. Today is Tuesday, December 17th, 2024. Let's find out what's going on the economic calendar for today. During the London session, we got plenty of data scheduled for release. We start with the UK, climate count change and average earning index, employment change, unemployment rate. All of this data were published already. Unemployment rate at the same level, 4.3%. Employment change way up than expected, 170,000, 100,000, 73,000. Climate count change only 3,000. So way below the expectations. Average earning index better than expected, 4.6%, with the actual number of 5.2%. So mixed bag of data from the UK, but generally looking good. We're still waiting for the data from the Germany IFO business climate index, current condition and economic sentiment, together with the German business expectations and the current assessment. All of this data are scheduled for release between 10 and 11 o'clock, so very busy morning in the Eurozone. And then the same situation with the data from the whole Eurozone trade balance, economic sentiment. Then we got the speech from the ECB elders as well. This data scheduled for release at 11 o'clock. Main event of the day is the core retail sales and retail sales data released at 2:30. Those data are from the US. Of course, retail sales are expected to increase from 0.4% to 0.6%. You know, it's December, so it looks like the retail sales might be booming. Core CPI and CPI data, together with the Virgin Securities purchases and new housing price index from Canada, are scheduled for release at 2:30 as well. Then at 3 o'clock we got the global daily trade price index, and at the end of the day we got plenty of the data. Industrial production from the US at 3:15, business inventories, retail inventories, 20-year bond auction at 7 o'clock. Atlanta Fed GDP now data at 7 o'clock. API weekly crude oil stock data are scheduled for release at 10:30, and then we got data from the New Zealand current account, 11:15, and then Westpac consumer sentiment at 11 o'clock. Very busy day, plenty of data scheduled for release, at least medium important. Then of course key event of the day, data from the retail sales data from the US. All right, let's switch to the chart, and we are going to start with euro dollar. Euro dollar 30-minute chart is looking very is going nowhere. Basically, it's looking very sideways. 1 hour time frame chart looking exactly the same. The US dollar doesn't do completely anything. This zone that we made yesterday, let me just maybe just make it a little bit clear for you guys, so we can have the rectangle here, can I have the rectangle here? There you go. So we got this zone here, the supply zone. The supply zone is located between these two levels, 1.0533 and 1.0541. So that's the supply zone. And we should see this zone as the major technical resistance, basically supply zone. And the other zone is, of course, the demand zone. This demand zone is a little bit lower. Let me just make it right on for you guys. So the demand zone is located between the levels of 1.0454 and 1.0461. Right, so those are the major zones. As you can see, market is going up and then it being sold and going back to the supply zone, and then goes up and then goes to the demand, goes to the supply zone and gets sold again. So it doesn't actually works very well for the trend traders, because the market is going up and down from one zone to the other. We are waiting for a breakout. We are waiting for the decision what this market wants to do. Maybe this set of the red candles, down candles here since the last local swing high and rejection from the supply zone at 1.0530, there's 35, might be the trigger for the bigger movement to the downside. The first indication will be the breakout below the blue trend line, short-term trend line support, and then the level of 1.0475. All right, what is going on pound after the data? let's switch to the 4-hour chart. So on a 4-hour chart, after the data were published, British pound is getting stronger. The cable is trying to move higher, but we are still trading below the key technical resistance 1.2718, 1.2713. So that's the pip, 5 pip, very, very narrow supply zone. As you can see, we've been consolidating in this very tight range 1.2697, 1.20 2667, so 30 pip narrow zone below the 50 and 100 period moving average on the 4-hour chart. So still no breakout, because momentum is trying to bounce just from the extremely oversold conditions, and now it's at the level of 50, which means the neutral level. So what we need to do is we need to break above this moving averages, break above this technical resistances in order to enter the positive zone and then move towards the extremely overbought conditions, roughly around 1.2813. If there is no breakout above this level, then the market might reverse again and be rejected from this technical resistance level. Okay, so please keep an eye on this level. A little bit of the update on our chart. Right now we are moving our technical support a little bit lower. There you go. So we're waiting for the breakout on the British pound, because we talk about the a lot about the API crude oil stock. Let me just take a look at the crude oil. The oil, just as the other markets that we talk about today, doesn't do much these days. Doesn't do much. We got this technical resistance here located at 72.65. We got another technical, let's say, support located, well, roughly around 66.72, and the market keeps moving up and down from this level. Right now is trading above the 50 periods moving average, but below 100 periods moving average. Momentum is quite positive. However, this momentum is not, that kind of momentum is not enough for the bulls to move above the 100 periods moving average, or maybe even above 72.67. The next target eventually would be at 78.45, but so far range trading on the crude oil is the situation that we know about for sure. So this is the crude oil moving sideways. If we talk about the crude oil, let's just take a look at the New Zealand dollar, because we got the New Zealand dollar data today scheduled for release. Let me just move to the 4-hour chart. And as you can see on a 4-hour chart, we can clearly see the market is moving lower. The market is moving towards the last swing low, 5,748. That used to be the technical support. This low was made last week on a 13th of December. That was the Friday, and so far the market didn't actually move far away from this level. The local high eventually was at the level of 5,787. Momentum remains very, very negative, close to the level of 40, even below the level of 40 right now. So the bears are in charge of this market, as they are pushing the market lower and lower. So maybe the data will be some kind of a trigger for this market. Nevertheless, please don't get too much overhyped about this. There is a clear downtrend. New Zealand dollar is being sold across the board, and the US dollar is being bought back up. Even on the daily, you can clearly see the divide between the 50 and the rest of the levels on the RSI. We are still after the breakout here on October 3rd, we are still below the level of 50, with the occasional bumps from the extremely oversold conditions, but the market is still under the bearish pressure as it continues to grind lower and lower and lower. And last but not least, we obviously want to talk about the Bitcoin, because we've done another all-time high. This time, this is the level of 107,775. So this is the level that will be acting as a temporary all-time high. It looks like this market wants to move higher, way higher than this right now. The next obvious target right now is the level of let's say 108,000, 110,000, because it's a psychological level round number. More on the momentum side, we got the extremely overbought conditions. Market is going up and down from the level of 73 points. Nevertheless, the bulls are still in charge of this market. When we switch to the daily, you can clearly see that this market keeps moving higher, keeps moving up. Last two candles were green, and the other one, it looks like it's built green. What is quite concerning right now is that the another higher high on the price, right, is not corresponding with the higher high on the momentum. So the higher we go, the lower momentum is being produced. So the bearish divergence on a daily time frame chart is looming on the future of the Bitcoin. Maybe some sort of the technical correction is necessary soon. That's everything from me for today. Thank you very much for watching this analysis, and I hope I see you guys next time. Take care and bye bye.